Hello everyone out there, Mike with Ferris with you guys once again, and this is my review of the VGX Awards show. It aired on Saturday, streaming only. I finally was able to watch the entire thing last night because somebody uploaded the entire stream on YouTube, and my internet was working better at the time, so it was my chance to finally see the thing. And a lot of people hate it, and I don't necessarily hate it. It definitely could have been better, but here are my thoughts anyway on aspects of it. Obviously, first of all, I guessed right. GTA 5 is going to win Game of the Year. I mean, that was an obvious choice, and it did. However, they put the Game of the Year award in the middle of the show, which was kind of unusual. I would have still put it at the end. I mean, it is the big award of the night. But, they didn't announce what the best PlayStation 3 game was. Now, they didn't announce the Xbox game, but they posted that in a separate video during the pre-show, like a preview type video. So I got to see the best Xbox game, but I didn't see it for the PlayStation game. Or the Nintendo game. I don't think I saw one for the PC either. So there were a lot of awards that were not announced during the show, and some of them were not posted in any other form. Alright, and let's go to the host. Joel, that guy. That guy reminds me of Daniel Tosh, and that is not a compliment. I didn't mind him too much, but I felt like Jeff should have hosted it by himself. And if he really didn't want to do the whole thing alone, he should have just had his Game Trailers associates there with him, like Amanda McKay, Daniel Kaiser, those people. Because that's basically what it felt like. It was just basically like a little Game Trailers thing. I also didn't care. I was really disappointed with the Grand Theft Auto 5 concert because it was all rap. And I didn't feel that the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack has so many different genres and so many different stations. I would have liked to see more variety with that, especially when you have 3 protagonists, and 2 of them aren't necessarily, don't seem like hip-hop fans. I doubt Michael listened to rap or Trevor listened to rap, unless, of course, that's what you listen to with those characters. Of course, that's a customizable option, what they listen to. But based on who the characters are, it felt more like it was just Franklin and Lamar's vibe. And that's only like part of the game. I also didn't like the way they redid the theme. I thought the original theme for the Grand Theft Auto 5 is fantastic. And they kind of messed it up by having the different instruments there. I really didn't like how they did that. So yeah, that was disappointing. Didn't care for Loiter Squad. No. But there were some cool previews on there. They didn't last very long, a lot of them, but they were still interesting to watch. I did enjoy those. I do enjoy watching the previews. Game of Thrones, by the way, I already knew about that before the show, so that was not a surprise. What was a surprise was definitely Tales from the Borderlands. The Telltale Games is going to be working on a Borderlands game, and it's not going to be a first-person shooter. It's going to be story-based. That sounds more like my kind of game than the actual Borderlands games, because they're too hard. Well, I haven't played the second one, but I do have the first one, and that game is way too hard. So hopefully the Telltale games will be easier. Let's see, what else I want to talk about that show. Witcher 3 looked really good. I'm glad they're going open world. I love open world, so the fact that so many next-gen games are going open world is exciting to me. Let's see. They announced that there is a definitive version coming out for Tomb Raider, and they were trying to hype it up, but honestly, all it really is the PC version on console form. I think that Tomb Raider was always intended to be a next-gen game, but because it took so long for the new consoles to come out, they had to release a dumbed-down, inferior version of Tomb Raider, put that out first so that they could have it on consoles on the release date, rather than make you wait a whole year for it. Because if there's anything that seems to be going on a lot now, it's postponing games, and I felt like they didn't want to be a part of that whole, let's postpone this game another year. So that's what I think they did. They released an inferior version to tide us over until the next-gen consoles came out, and now the real version is coming out on consoles for the PS4 and the Xbox One. Injustice won Best Fighter, which I felt it richly deserved. I voted that for Best Fighter, and I told my friend that, and she's like, yes. So, yeah, that's good. Bioshock Infinite won Best Shooter, which I did vote for because it was the best game of the bunch. But Broken Games HD said something that I kind of see his point with. And he felt that the Bioshock series, although shooting is a main part of the gameplay, it's not as strong a suit. It's really about the story, and really Battlefield 4 would have been more of a shooter. My friend would have gone with Battlefield 4, but nevertheless, I liked Bioshock Infinite the best, so I voted for that for shooter. So there we go. Naughty Dog won Best Studio, and I don't understand why they have separate categories for Best Studio and Best and Game of the Year. Just like I don't really understand Best Director and Best Picture being two separate things. But maybe that kind of makes a little bit more sense than the gaming example. But, yeah. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Forza 5 won Best Racer. No surprise there. Assassin's Creed 4 won Best Action-Adventure Game. You know, I sometimes feel like the people who vote for these things, they want to give everyone a chance. They vote for different... Rather than vote for the same thing for every category like the MTV Movie Awards audience does, they like to give out different awards for different things. So, okay, we'll give Assassin's Creed 4 this award. We'll give The Last of Us this award. Or Naughty Dog this award. We'll give Grand Theft Auto the big award. And so on and so on. You know, if video game awards worked like the MTV Movie Awards did, Grand Theft Auto 5 would have won every single category it was nominated in, hands down. Because MTV Awards, Twilight used to win everything back when it was, in theaters and the series was running. But the gamers, I think they're a bit more generous and more, we want to give something to everyone, which that's a nice gesture, I think. Anyways, let's see. Anything else I'm leaving out? I know I'm leaving out a lot more awards. Oh, yeah, the Lutesses, Characters of the Year. Really, it's Character of the Year because they are, spoiler alert, the same person from different dimensions. Yeah, the Lutesses, way to go for them. When I voted, I didn't see a Character of the Year nomination. Oh, speaking of which, let's go to Voice Actors of the Year, and they both went to The Last of Us. They went to, what's the guy's name who played Joel? They went to Ellie, the Best Actress went to Ellie, Ashley Johnson, who was also Gwen Tennyson in the Ben 10 Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, the older Ben 10, like when Ben is a teenager series. Troy Baker, got his name now, won for Best Voice Actor for The Last of Us. And I voted that one for him because I felt he did it better. I liked his performance was more impressive in The Last of Us than it was in Bioshock Infinite, even though Bioshock Infinite did a good job there too. But yeah, I voted for The Last of Us as well for Troy Baker, for Joel. But for Best Actress, I went with Ellen Page, and she lost to Ashley Johnson. Because I thought Ellen Page did an amazing job with the material she was given for Beyond Two Souls, even though Beyond Two Souls is a flawed game. It's not a bad game for any means, but it's flawed. Nevertheless, Ellen Page did the best she could with it, and I thought she did a good job with it. But yeah, Ashley Johnson got it for Last of Us, and that's still richly deserved. It's not like Ashley Johnson didn't deserve that nomination. She nailed that role very well. Okay, let's see. My thoughts are just going all over the place about the VGXs. Here's my advice to Spike and game trailers and all that. The reason everybody was complaining about the Video Game Awards was not the setup. It was the celebrities you had that had nothing to do with gaming. So you change the setup, but you still have a host that has nothing to do with gaming. And he was just a total jerk the whole time. I mean, he was funny, but he was pretty mean though, And like I said, Jeff could have done this on his own. I gotta say, I was happy with the new Titanfall. I love it when I love it when people do fake advertising. It kind of puts you in the world. It's like going to a theme park, and when you're waiting in line, the Q video show all this fake, fictional advertisements for things that don't exist. And Titanfall did that with some viral videos that they showed off when they showed off their new Titans near the end of the show. So yeah, anything else I am forgetting? No, I'm not going to really talk about the viral videos because I don't really remember enough details about them. There was one where people were yelling that I thought was funny. Oh yeah, can't forget, Tim Schafer's got a game coming out. Yay! And Elijah Wood's going to star in it. There you go. There's also this indie game, I can't think of it, that impressed me, but I can't remember the name of it. Also, they showed off Dying Light, which again is basically Mirror's Edge with zombies. Let's see. I'm trying to cover as much as I can. But overall, the VGXs were, I felt, a mixed bag. I don't think it deserves the crap it's getting from everybody, but at the same time, it definitely can be improved. And, I definitely think the host should not have been there. Well, that's all I got to say. And, hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble about this. If not, who cares? Bye.